Welcome to White Shoulders Boar, Goats, and Farmstead. Today we're going to talk chicken. I would talk turkey, but I don't have any turkeys, So it's Thursday. Beautiful day out in the 80s. Still have screaming kids from weaning day last week. But somebody asked me to talk about the chickens. And I really don't know what to say about the chickens other than I've had chickens for a very long time. So if you want to know when it is time for your hen to be removed from your chicks like a weaning, you don't actually have to take them away. But if it's one of your hens that lays, sometimes the other chickens aren't too happy about having chicks around, so they'll pick on them, or they can kill them. So the way that I know that the hen is ready to be put back with all of her other friends is, number one, she will stop clucking to the chicks. She won't hurt them or anything, but she'll quit clucking to them. They quit sleeping underneath her about the time that they have figured out how to get up on the roost bars. And another way is she will start laying. Some of them will start singing, or they'll just start laying. So Mama chicken has laid an egg. So what that means is it's time for her to go back with the other chickens. I just have to catch her, and that can be fun sometimes, especially when I don't have a door that just walks out of the chicken house, so I have to go to the other direction. But while we're in here, this big dark Brahma hen here has decided she wants to be a mother. So on 5/30, I marked a bunch of her eggs, and we will see if she hatches some chicks sometime this month. I also have several silky hens that have decided that they want to hatch chicks, and who knows if they will or not, but I just left their eggs with them, and they can hatch if they want. Boy, is it warm out here. So other mama chicken is doing really good with her babies, and I've got to get them some feed. And evidently she doesn't like sunflower seeds because she didn't eat very many. They are actually pretty awesome layers. These guys will lay right through the coldest parts of the year. I've had them lay every day, and then they'll go through a molt, be in molt for a couple of months, and then they'll go back to laying. I mean, these guys are just awesome. They will set on eggs too. They are a heritage breed chicken. They lay a medium-sized brown egg. They're dual purpose. You can butcher them to eat them. I particularly like these guys, so I can't kill any of them. So if somebody wanted to butcher them, I'm okay with that, but I can't do it. The Dominique was used to form the Plymouth Barred Rock of today. To tell about them, I'm hoping I can get some eggs collected from these guys because I really need some replacements. We have 4 hens and a rooster, and none of these are young birds. I'd say the youngest one's probably 3 years old, so we need some babies if they will give us some. But Some hens, after they, what is known as laid out, they will become broody and want to set on eggs. It's just part of them. Some do, some don't. Not all birds, not all chickens will set on eggs. All the chickens that I have here will set on eggs. Most of these were raised underneath hens anyway, so if they're raised under a hen, sometimes they tend to want to set on eggs. So just a few interesting facts about chickens. Nope, she's not gonna come inside. She knows my tricks. A little more information about how I feed my chickens. When I start the chicks out, I do not use medicated feed. Some people do. I have found that by not using the medicated feed, I have a stronger flock. Just because they don't get immune to it, but they build an immunity to it. So we don't really have any problems. We really don't have any problems of any kind other than your normal everyday mites, worms, that kind of thing. I'm not an organic chicken person, but I do like to take care of my birds. Actually, I think the oldest bird I have here might be 10 years old. Most people don't have 10-year-old chickens that still lay eggs, but I have one, and she's only here because she's the most awesome setter of all time. Her name's Trusty. But my chicks, they just get a plain old everyday chick starter. I cannot get it at my local feed store, so I do go and get it from Tractor Supply or Orslins or whoever has a non-medicated chick feed, usually 18%. I just found that it just works better for me. If you're going to raise your chicks on the ground, some people say that you do need to have medicated feed, but most of the time mine are raised on the ground. I do use my rabbit hutches to raise chicks sometimes. Certain birds should not be raised on the ground right off, but the birds I have, you can. I don't have a problem. So that was my information on the chicks. They get a chick feed up until they start laying, at which time I will then give them a layer. You can keep them on grower up until then. I usually start with a starter grower and not just a starter, but that's just how I raise my birds. Books might tell you different, people might tell you different, but that's what I do for me. It works for me. My birds, my grown adult birds, they get I believe it's a 16% crumble. They don't seem to eat the pellets very well, so I don't get the pellets. There's, controversy over whether you feed them pellets or ground up feed, but the pellets, I found that they waste a lot of that. My birds do anyway. A lot of the Bantam breeds don't do very good on the pellets, the big pellets, because they're just big pellets. These guys do get, when I have it, I do give them alfalfa hay. I do give them watermelons in the summertime. If I find somebody that's got some, I'll buy watermelons for them. In the fall after Halloween, they will get the pumpkins. So they get each pen gets a pumpkin, and usually they're pretty good size. Usually each pen gets a watermelon, flake of alfalfa hay here and there. They get black boiled sunflower seeds. They get leftover bread. I mean, these guys get all kinds of stuff. I do not free range them though. We have a lot of predators here, and because I am in PIP, I do not let them out, because they can get the diseases that we keep them free of. So that's why they stay in their pens, and I try not to have too many so they have plenty of space, but they are well taken care of. These are some spoiled rotten chickens. They get their cracked corn. I give them greens. They will chase the lawnmower. They like their grass. So I treat them just as good as anything else on the place. We'll put it that way. And with the rising cost of chicken feed, it's went up $2 in the last month a bag. I try to keep my numbers down, and I try to keep it so that I'm only buying 100 pounds of chicken feed a month. I used to go through 200 or 300 pounds of chicken feed, but since I no longer have as many birds, I have it cut back, and it's 100 pounds a month is what I'm going through now. I think I've got about 30 birds, I guess. I'll sell off whatever chicks that I end up with this year. Might keep a few, but not very many. But these are my silkies. I have, that there's Trusty. If you're wondering who Trusty is, that's who that is. Trusty's a half silky, half D'Anvers. So that's what she is. If you have any other questions about the chickens, or if you want to know anything else about the chickens, just let me know. Thank you for joining today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and leave me a comment. Have a great weekend.